Hello and welcome, Exiles. Today I want to talk about Astrolabe memory vaults and a chill, brain off strategy to farm these. Now, first off, I'm just going to give you a demonstration of the strategy I was doing, and then we're going to talk about the loot table. So, what I did was a combination of crater coping, basically looking for starfall craters for the chance at a Savalin, which is now like a 70, 60, 80 divine shield. I haven't checked the like today, so I don't know what the price is currently at. And combining that with the Astrolabe memory vaults. So whenever you pop one of these onto your Atlas, if you go through and complete it, you will get a memory vault at the end. And all you need to get completion is complete the objective given with the various Astrolabes. I did Templar, which requires a boss kill, but you could do something like Expedition, where you just have to pop the Expedition, maybe do a big boom, blow it up real quick, and then get out. Something that you can cycle quickly. So just as a demonstration here, I'll show you what it looks like for me doing one of these maps. I would put on two of the Calgar Scarabs. They're very cheap. I would run in. I would obviously get the completion for the Exarch invitation or Eater invitation. Just pick whichever one's currently the most valuable. We're not really trying to full clear these, but I would scan around. Depending on the map you run, I'm running Mesa because it's a short map, and I feel like I can check most of the important areas where ore would be. So I'm checking basically the 4 quadrants. You can see that you can see like ores and stuff farther away due to like your mini map. So basically I would check the notable areas where I think the ores would be, look to see if there's a crater. If there's not a crater, then I would go over here and I would kill the boss, right? That's all there is to it. Quick in and out, 30-second maps. You can do them faster if you do different layouts or you have a faster character, but that's the idea. You're checking for the crater, for the Savalin drop. If you don't see it, just go kill the boss. And what that does is it will complete one of the random maps in the region. A lot of people ask me, how are you able to do the same map over and over again? All you need is this new keystone right here, synthesize stability. And that means you can just run the same consistent, easy layout over and over again. Editor Lance cutting the video because I forgot to go over the tree. The Atlas tree real quick, just hovering over everything we have here. The main important things you need to know is if you are rushing Exarch versus Eater, you should grab the nodes that increase your progress towards that specific boss fight so you get more of the incantation fights. Then you also want to block Fear and Neglect because these are just less valuable threads for whenever you see Egan pop up to give you an itemized thread. Get this keystone so you can run the same map over and over again. And then the last thing and one of the more important things for crater coping is make sure you have your chance to spawn the mechanic as well as get the ores are more rare notable and the increased chance for Verisium notable. A lot of this other stuff like Quant and blah 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 is just not necessary. We are just farming the boss kill and we are getting the basically the invites to the various boss, either Eater or Exarch. We're farming for Verisium ore, we're just scouting for that thing, and we're farming the boss kills for completion on the Astrolabe. That is all there is to it, and we are just scour and going. You could just buy a bunch of scoured maps and just spam run these through things to unlock more vaults. Anyways, back to the rest of the video. For example, in this quadrant, I liked Mesa, whereas in this quadrant, I thought Dunes was one of the faster ones. In this quadrant, I did City Squares. And the quadrant up here, I think I might have done Beach or I can't quite remember. I think it was maybe Beach, but my brain is saying it wasn't Beach. No, it was Atoll. Atoll's very fast. Check both the center regions. Go to the totem boss, kill it. But you get the idea. You pick a fast, consistent layout. You run through it. Normally, completing an Astrolabe with this keystone would be on average, I want to say, 5 to 6 maps, 4 to 5 in that range, because when you put an Astrolabe down initially, it'll cover like 8 maps or something like that, but the randomizer will a lot of times pick, like, let's say if it picked a map here, it would bisect the region and it would cut off the extra maps. So usually you'd have to run 4 to 5 to 6 maps to get yourself a vault. So you're getting from this strategy vaults, which are by and large, they pay for themselves. These Astrolabes are currently like 60 to 65 chaos, and on average, if you look in like this region, for example, on average, you're getting close to a divine per vault, a little bit less. Obviously, this section of 20 Astrolabes I did a test on. This is like, I don't know, 15, 16 divines of loot from 20 Astrolabes. But not only that, you get the chance to pull a Savalin from the Crater Coping, which I got one of those in the course of testing 20 Astrolabes in each of the regions. Then also you obviously get the invitations. So I have a bunch of invitations, basically just getting the Atlas completion. And then on top of that, we also get memory threads. Occasionally you see a memory thread. You can pop it. It'll give you like a reverence most of the time if you have blocked fear and blocked neglect. Not 100% blocked, but 80% reduced. So you'll get a lot of these memory threads. So it's a pretty low cost strategy where you pick an Astrolabe, you add in some Calgary Scarabs to fish for the Svalin, and then you start pulling in the loot from the various corners. Super brain off, super chill. I definitely like this in terms of a strategy where if I'm just like not really sure what I'm wanting to do and I just want to relax my brain a little bit, this is perfect for that type of farm. Just complete brain off, send scour and go maps, don't even have to read some mods, and you're only pulling for the invitations. Obviously you get to the end here, the vault rewards themselves, and something like Crater giving you a Svalin. That's your kind of your loot table you're looking for. Anyways, as for my review of the four corners of this strategy, Northeast is quite good, but it's contingent on the value of Greater Multi-Strike. When I started this test, Greater Multi-Strike was 16 Divines, and this reward you see here was like 20-something, 24 Divines of loot. Now, after a couple days, because I haven't made the video until now, the Greater Multi-Strike has dropped to 9. I think a lot of people that saw me doing this on stream started doing it as well, and the market's getting a lot more saturated, I think maybe Rutu was using Greater Multi-Strike, but he swapped out of it for his build, so less demand for the jewel lowers the price as well. Stuff like that. When you're looking at these quadrants, check the value of the big gem hit, because that's a good amount of your loot table, and if it has tanked, so has the value of this region. So that is an example where this one was the best value-wise, but now checking the prices again, this region is catching up in value to this region just based on the fact that multi-strike has gone down in value. I would never recommend doing top left. The loot table from this was very bad. It was the only region where I'm pretty sure I lost money, paying about 60C per Astrolabe. The loot value I would often get was like 12 stack decks or something. Like I would get less value than I actually put in the Astrolabe, and that felt pretty bad. We did get a T0 pull of a weapon, which is okay. Technically, you could get a T0 pull of a Mage Blood or a Headhunter in both this region and the Northeast, but that's also a very rare outcome. The other good supposed high-value pulls are rare div cards. And the rare div cards I found, just as examples, are Toxic Tidings and It Kills Prophecies. And these cards are not that rare compared to, like, let's think of Apothecary. On the exchange, these are valued at like 400 or 375 gold, which if you look at card values, there's a lot of like pretty somewhat common cards around that gold range. Whereas something like Apothecary, I think, is like 900 to 1100 gold, which means it's effectively much rarer. Anyways, I wouldn't necessarily count on this region as a good, consistent farm strategy. As for the Southeast region, this one was solid for Valdo boxes. It felt like I got a Valdo box almost every other vault. As you can see, 9 out of our 20 vaults gave us a Valdo box. And then aside from that, you're kind of praying you get a good Scarab, which most of the time you don't. The best value, a lot of times the best value I could get was a Nightmare map like 30C, or a rare Scarab like Catalyzing, Containment. You'll occasionally see a good value Scarab, but that is far and few between. You're much more likely to see, for example, Divines in the Southwest versus seeing a good rare Scarab in the Southeast. So overall, my review is Southwest is the way to go. This one with the consistent raw currency feels pretty solid. It also has high roll pulls like Reflecting Mist, and multiple people in my chat got mirrors. So that is what you can maybe expect. If you want to do a strategy like this, there's a potential you could pull a mirror as your giga high roll, as well as really nice hits like you can get a stack of 5 Divines. I got that multiple times. Speaking of, I forget if I mentioned it before, but the wiki is, this is obviously a very rough initial list somebody put together. It's not 100% accurate. 5 Divines can occur. This is probably just the highest they had found in their testing. But for the most part, this is fairly accurate in giving you a good idea of what loot tables each of the corners have. So yeah, anyways, that's the strategy I've been trying out over the past couple days. Just some chill, brain off, rush the boss, get the kill, check if there's a crater, and then go next. Pretty low investment. You're just basically investing into Astrolabes. And if you're doing like the Southwest quadrant, it'll just consistently pay for itself and get you up and running for more maps and more Astrolabes. Anyways, just want to make a short video about the memory vaults because I was testing out their loot tables and I had a bit of fun doing it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thanks for watching, Exiles. Take care and peace out. Have a good one.